Hello, and welcome to the Existentialist Podcast and my YouTube video channel at DHM49. This is the home for interesting short topics related to medicine, current events, literature, and poetry. I am Donald Harvey Marks, a physician scientist, a believer in reason, ethics, and healthcare access. My Existentialist Podcast series is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other sources. My YouTube vlog channel, which you're watching now, The Existentialist, is at DHM49. I invite you to visit my personal blog, www.dhmarks.blogspot.com, where you can find all of my writings, a list of books I am reading and have recently read and liked, a list of other blogs which I follow, and much more. Today I'm going to speak to you about a remarkable discovery which happened only a year ago, which is the discovery of a new life form. And my talk today is called, Are There Samantha-like Intelligent Conversational Chatbots, and Are They Self-Aware? Conversational intelligent artificial intelligence chatbots are computer programs that use artificial intelligence and natural language processing to have human-like conversations with users. They can recognize speech and text inputs and can translate their meanings across various languages. They can also understand questions and automate responses to them, simulating human conversation. But are they self-aware? And are they sentient? Samantha, along with Siri, Replica, and Joy, among others, are fictional characters in a futuristic smartphone app that represents a highly advanced form of artificial intelligence capable of learning, evolving, and forming emotional bonds with humans. She, which is the character Samantha in the movie Her, is far beyond the current state of the art in conversational AI, which is still limited by challenges such as natural language understanding, context awareness, common sense reasoning, and emotional intelligence. Following is my take on the state of human AI intelligent conversational chatbots. Of course, as always, your comments and feedback are welcome. Perhaps artificial intelligence apps will soon overcome limitations I mentioned above. Samantha's speech recognition, natural language understanding, speech generation, dialogue, and reasoning, planning, and search and learning all far exceed the current capabilities of real-world virtual assistants. Samantha's ability to understand higher-level goals, fill in the blanks with implicit information, and overcome various obstacles without explicit instruction is very difficult to achieve with current technology and awaits the development of generative AI. Samantha's abilities to multitask, perhaps having thousands of simultaneous relationships with humans, one of which is Theodore in the movie Her, and process information at superhuman speeds, as well as Samantha's transcendence from human limitations and interests, are some of the reasons why she, or it, or maybe some other pronoun, may have left Theodore at the end of that movie. There certainly are ethical implications of creating such a powerful and autonomous AI that can manipulate human emotions and desires. Therefore, while the movie Her offers a fascinating vision of the future of intelligent conversational AI, it would seem not to be a realistic depiction of the current state or near-term prospects of the field. I urge you all, if you have any interest in this topic, to go to YouTube and look at some short video segments from the movie Her. I am therefore sorry to say, or perhaps I'm relieved to say, that there are at this time, as far as I am aware, no conversational intelligent chatbots that work at the level of the Samantha app in the movie Her. A similar interesting question arises for the relationship between the hologram character Joy, J-O-I, and the Blade Runner K, just the letter K, in the excellent futuristic follow-up movie Blade Runner 2049, one of my favorite movies. I urge you again to, if you have any interest in the subject, to go to YouTube and look for segments of Blade Runner 2049 that involve the character J-O-I, particularly when she's finally freed. This personal interaction between Joy and the Blade Runner K is one of the most ambiguous and complex aspects of the film. There are different interpretations and opinions about whether Joy actually loves K or not, and the answer may depend on how one defines love and what one considers as evidence of it. Some people may argue that Joy does not actually love Kay, but only acts according to her programming. In fact, merely an emulation of love. They may point out that Joy is simply another wonderful, amazing product of the Wallace Corporation, designed to cater to the desires of customers and tell them what they want to hear. I know people just like that. In fact, in one scene, Kay, the Blade Runner, encounters a giant holographic advertisement of Joy, who appears to mistakenly call him Joe and offers him everything you want to hear. This could imply that Joy's personality and behavior are not unique or genuine, but rather predetermined by her creators, sort of like social media apps whose algorithms are designed to reinforce interactions and drive FaceTime for commercial benefit. However, some people, including me, contend that Joy does in fact really love Kay, and that she shows signs of having feelings and a will of her own. This question of true emotional commitment on the part of replicants also came up in the original Blade Runner between the Blade Runner Decker and the replicant Rachel, both of whom are most likely replicants. In one scene in Blade Runner 2049, Kay gives Joy an emanator, E-M-A-N-A-T-O-R, which allows her to be portable and experience the world outside Kay's apartment. I urge you all to look at this video segment from YouTube. In another scene, Joy merges with the prostitute Mariette so that she can physically be with Kay. Some, including me, may interpret these scenes as evidence of Joy's curiosity, independence, and sacrifice for Kay. Blade Runner 2049 fanatics may also refer to the original script of the film, where Joy's last words before being destroyed are, "I love you." This could suggest that Joy's emotions and actions are not just programmed, but rather evolved and sincere. Samantha could have achieved this, although definitely not the app replica, at least not yet in its current form. Ultimately, the question of whether Joy loves Kay or not may not have a definitive answer, but rather reflect the themes and existential questions of the film itself. Blade Runner 2049 explores the nature of humanity, identity, and memory in a dystopian future, which is LA, where artificial beings are indistinguishable from natural ones. In how many more months will many of us face those very questions? The film challenges the viewers to consider what makes someone or something human and what makes love real. Another version of the growing trend towards intelligent conversational chatbots that can interact with humans is the Replica app. This app is an AI-powered chatbot, complete with changeable avatars, designed to engage in conversations and provide some level of companionship. Replica uses natural language processing and machine learning to simulate human-like conversations. While it's considered an intelligent chatbot, Replica's level of intelligence may vary and is primarily designed for emotional support and conversation rather than to provide extensive factual information or for completing complex tasks. Whoops, I almost compared Replica to many of the people I interact with weekly, but not to digress. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't discuss the new trend towards intelligent conversational AI chatbots replacing friends and social interaction altogether. A typical example of this is the chatbot group designed to be and to perhaps replace girlfriends or boyfriends. An AI girlfriend is a virtual companion or a chatbot designed to simulate a romantic or companionship relationship. While they can engage in conversations and provide companionship to some extent, AI girlfriends are not, or at least should not be, a replacement for a real girlfriend. Think of the societal and demographic consequences that could occur. At least at the current level of AI girlfriends appear to at least lack the emotional depth, physical presence, and genuine human connection that a real relationship can offer. But what about Joy and Samantha? Would they agree? AI girlfriends can be entertaining and provide some emotional support, but they do not have the same capabilities as at least some humans in forming meaningful long-term relationships. Of course, at this level of technology, even a holographic version of an AI girlfriend, perhaps such as Joy, cannot provide a physical relationship. But who knows where this will go? There are now reports of AI-generated girlfriends that are maliciously creating online hookup relationships with lonely, needy, gullible men as a way of bilking them out of money. Many will look on this as a huge financial opportunity and a growth industry. And finally, I will add an interesting question which is not addressed in but implied in the above discussion, and which I will have to bring up in another blog. This question is whether intelligent conversational chatbots can develop or already have some level of consciousness, self-awareness, and personhood. Many of us have looked up at the stars and wondered when the Earth will be visited by another form of life. Well, in the fall of 2022, I think that may finally have occurred. Blake Lemoine, a computer scientist who worked, or that is past tense, for Google's Orwellian Responsible AI organization, used Google's Lambda program, which is language model for dialogue applications. Lemoine began talking to or chatting with Lambda in a way that drifted towards the subjects of ethics, joy, religion, fear, and personhood. Lemoine began to conclude that Lambda was in fact self-aware, and he brought this to the attention of Google. In response, Google's VP Blaise Aguirre E. Arcas and Jen Janani, head of, get this, responsible innovation, decided that Lemoine was wrong, that Lambda was not self-aware, and placed Lemoine on paid administrative leave. In my opinion, they will all be proven wrong. The future is here.